Happy holidays, hey cuties, Peachy here, welcome back to a new video, and in this video we have some MATTEL doll news to talk about from our first look at the new Barbie Gala collection doll number 3, possible leaks that have to do with the Beetlejuice 2-pack. We have a brand new custom Dracula that has been revealed as well, new Disney princess manga inspired dolls, and more, so stay tuned, subscribe, hit the notification bell, consider becoming a member today, link to join us down below, and let's get into it. First up, we have updates on G3 Rebecca core doll's release. So now it's set for sure that she will be releasing sometime in January, but there's surprisingly still no concrete evidence to show on when G3 Scalita's core doll will be released. I was able to get her again from like Amazon, but I live in Europe. Apparently in the US it's different. I'm not sure when she will be like fully released. I have seen people get her already in the US, but I guess it's not like she's not fully released yet. So we'll have to wait and see. I'm assuming she will also be hitting stores worldwide by the time of early 2026, but at least it's good news that we now know for sure that Rebecca's core doll will also be releasing for sure in January. Next, we do have updates on the currently ongoing comic book series for Monster High that actually involves Valentine and Spelden. Those characters apparently are going to the Bermuda or Boo-Muda Triangle equivalent in Monster High universe, location. And of course, as we all know, the Bermuda Triangle is popular because of all the myths and like, oh, it's spooky and like ships disappear in that area. So apparently this is going to be the main focus in the new story for the upcoming issue. But what's really interesting here is that it seems like they are putting these two characters more and more in the forefront, which definitely is no surprise because they are also getting their first ever 2-pack just in time for Pride in 2026. So that's going to be very exciting. And then we also have a new comic that's like kind of like a repolished version of an older story that includes that's about Cleo and Deuce's like a little story about them. So that's really cute. Next, it's now been confirmed that Dracula is in fact a part of Moonspell Magic, and she will be the doll included in the potion reveal playset. So the playset that we had, like the codename Driver, so that's going to be Dracula. As we all know, the playset here also is going to have an emphasis on like a lot of reveals and like gimmicks probably. So let's see what that actually ends up looking like. There's no guarantee if the playset is actually like a truck or any kind of like car, it could be like a little like room playset or something like that. Just because the codename of Dracula was Driver doesn't mean that it's an actual like car or something. So let's see what this looks like. But what's really exciting here is that now, it's confirmed that Dracula is like for sure gonna be part of this like little spin-off line. So it definitely will have to do with magic and astrology and star signs and all of that, and zodiac signs perhaps. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure that Cupid will play a role as well, as she is heavily titled, so with like all that stuff. So it just makes sense. And plus Cupid, she's known to travel different dimensions and realms. She went to Ever After High, she went to Monster High, and now she's in Moonspell Magic. So let's see how that all unravels, because I keep thinking like Moonspell Magic might just become like a toddler version of Monster High G3 if they keep doing the emphasis on like reveals and gimmicks. But we are definitely getting like 4 new characters. So let's see what this ends up being like. Are they all witches, mages, just human characters practicing magic, or are they in fact some type of monster? Now, next up we have some leaks pertaining to the upcoming Beetlejuice 2-pack in 2026. Apparently, the characters included in this 2-pack might be the magician's assistant and Miss Argentina from the first movie. So the only thing here that doesn't make sense is that apparently the 2-pack would be based on a sequel, not the first movie. But as we look at these, test pictures, of the body sculpts and then the shoe molds, it does make a lot of sense. So the magician's assistant would make sense, as here the test body is a lower half, the upper half is missing, and you can see that where it kind of is cut off, it looks like it's done on purpose, like almost like it was a saw that separated the two in half. Now, obviously, the magician's assistant, that's how she dies in the movie. It's because the magician actually sawed her in half. And that's something else that ties in perfectly with the shoe mold that was found because one of those heels has the heel like a saw, shaped like a saw. So that just, I mean, that is like honestly perfect. Like, I don't know who else could get this shoe if it's not this character, because it just makes so much sense. And in Miss Argentina, her test body has the exact same skin color like the character in the movie. It's a 1-to-1 match. So even though we previously had information that apparently this 2-pack would be based on the sequel, I feel like these leaks kind of maybe put a wrench in that, and perhaps it would actually be based on these two characters from the first movie. Now, I mean, these two characters basically are very minor in the first movie. They're not really huge. They're more like Easter eggs, but I feel like it would still be really fun to see them as collector dolls, especially because this 2-pack would not be exclusive to Mattel Creations. This will be available everywhere. It will be a wide release, just like the previous Beetlejuice 2-pack that had Lydia in her red dress and Beetlejuice in like the wedding ceremony fit. So it would make sense if this is a wide release that they would make it about two characters that are perhaps lesser known but look more fun and have like unique designs, because that way it would be easier to get and also, you know, perhaps easier to get on sale. So I feel like this would be a really fitting 2-pack. If this is not, if these leaked body, you know, test bodies and the shoe molds, if those have nothing to do with these two characters, then I will be very interested to see who possibly they could be about instead. Now, next, we also have a first look here at this wonderful custom one-of-a-kind doll done by user Live in Plastic on Instagram. Now, previously, we took a look at his custom one-of-a-kind dolls based on Claudine and Cleo. Well, actually, no, Claudine and Rebecca. I believe Cleo was done by user Plasmook on Instagram. If you might remember, the Claudine and Cleo dolls were available in limited quantities at a fan Barbie convention, I believe in Mexico. I made a video on those dolls like a month ago or like 2 months ago. And now Live in Plastic shared with us his custom on Dracula. Now, I don't think this doll is going to be available at a fan convention. I don't think he specified that, if she's really one of a kind or if she will be, you know, available in limited quantities like the last time with Claudine and Cleo. Rebecca was a prize, so for a costume contest. But Dracula here, I think it's just like, yeah, she's a work of art. Like, I think he just did an amazing job here. And as we get more customs like this by artists, it just makes me think, like, why are we not getting these kinds of dolls somewhat available for fans? Like, again, maybe not mass produced, but at least they could have made this like a gold label doll or like platinum if they want to be so exclusive, and give anyone at least a chance to own some of these, you know? So it just, I know that Mattel had no direct, you know, had nothing to do with the fan convention that happened earlier where Claudia and Cleo were available. That was completely like on its own thing. But even so, Mattel has eyes, Mattel knows. I mean, they're clearly acknowledging talented artists all the time, so they are aware of what they could be producing, what they could be giving fans, but they are not. They themselves always post one-of-a-kind dolls, like recently the custom Claudine Racer collaboration doll. She was one of a kind, not for sale, not even like limited quantities. Mattel loves to, like, you know, boast these amazing looking dolls that are conveniently enough one of a kind, but they never actually give us dolls that look like that for fans. Like, rarely do they ever like actually like deliver. So I'm again, it doesn't have to be like mass produced. It would not be Playline, obviously. It would be like collector status. It would be expensive. But even so, I am telling you, Mattel, I'm holding your hand here. People would buy these dolls in a second, in a heartbeat. They would buy, it would sell out, they would make money, they would lose nothing, they would only gain more. Like, I'm seriously, it confuses me how Mattel is so blind to what us fans actually want. And also, like, the Nutcracker anniversary for Barbie. Like, we are all disappointed because we would have rather had reproductions of the original movie dolls, but they do not listen, they do not care. It's like they're just blind. Like, they really just look the other way, and it's like they could be making bank. They could be making so much money. Like, are you kidding me? Anyway, that's just Mattel for you. Mattel just does not care. Speaking of the Nutcracker anniversary for Barbie, it seems that Funko Pop is also going to be bringing out some pops in celebration of the movie. There's going to be like Clara and Eric and like a Sugar Plum Princess, and I'm seriously going to be so mad if these little Funko Pops look better than the actual Barbie celebration dolls of the movie. Like, oh my god, how embarrassing. And yes, we have a first look reveal at the new Barbie Gala collection, doll number 3. This is called the Blue Sensation doll, and she's once again designed by Angel Kent. I'm pretty sure he's just designing the entire collection at this point. And honestly, I would not be mad if it just ends up being like a rainbow, like each doll has its own color theme, like, you know, red, orange, yellow, green. So far we've had blue with this doll, we've had purple with the last one, and the first one was pink. So honestly, I would love it if this entire collection just ends up being like a rainbow, basically. Like every doll has like a unique color theme. But now we have the third one for now, and she has the open mouth ordeal face sculpt, and she looks amazing. She is different than the first one because the first one had the closed mouth ordeal face sculpt. This is a different face sculpt, so it's not just the same one entirely. But I do wonder, like, if Angel Kent is really doing the entire collection here, first of all, like, how many dolls are we talking here? But second of all, like, what other face sculpts would he be using? Because obviously, as much as we love Odile, you know, he cannot just use the same face sculpt for the entire collection, even though I feel like we would all still love it. But even so, we do need a little bit of variety. So I do wonder, like what other face sculpts would he end up using? Would it be like the Generation Girl, Mackie sculpt? Like, there's definitely some popular other favorites out there. So there's potential. I'm very curious. But yeah, I think the doll looks great. Obviously, the face sculpt is what the highlight is here. The color is gorgeous. I love the fur little wrap. That's not new. All the other ones have that too. The dress looks interesting. It does look a little bit thin, I have to say, but obviously these are very early pictures shared by user @Caspian on social media. So yeah, I'm assuming the official release of this doll will be sometime in January, since again, someone already has her in hand, so it can't be that far off. But what do you think of this third edition of the Gala collection drop? And lastly, we do have just a little bit of Disney news here, shared by @SeeingMount on Twitter. Apparently in 2026, we're getting a Disney manga collection Ariel doll. What does this mean? I have no idea. Disney manga collection Ariel doll. Like, they don't even use Disney princess here. That's interesting. So it's like just Ariel. It's not a Disney princess themed line where every doll is like manga looking, stylized. No, it's just Ariel. So I mean, maybe it will be different, maybe it will be like a Disney princess thing, but again, the wording here, just using Disney, you know, manga collection Ariel doll, like, interesting. So I don't know what this will be. Will it be collector, playline, girl? I don't know, but this is definitely interesting. So let's see. But anyway, that was all of the Mattel, Barbie, Monster High, Disney news we had for today. I hope you all enjoyed, and let me know what you think down below. Leave a like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Consider becoming a channel member today. Link to join is down below if you're able to, of course, no pressure. And so you do not miss out when I post more content like this coming your way and keeping you up to date with all the dollty you love. Stay safe, be kind. I hope this next time stay peachy. Kisses and happy holidays.